So you can't go anywhere in the world today without hearing about the metaverse. And when we think about the metaverse, we typically think about gaming, but what about business? So here to talk about the business implications of augmented reality and the metaverse is Peggy Johnson, the CEO of Magic Leap, one of the earliest and most important companies transforming augmented reality for the business world today. Peggy, it is so wonderful for you to be here. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you, Nicole. It's great to be here.
So to kick things off, can you explain in layman's terms why we're seeing so much excitement and investment in the metaverse space today?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. One is the technology is finally being realized. It's here, it's available now. And I think the second thing is we couldn't have been handed a bigger catalyst than the pandemic.
Right, right.
And these technologies, AR and VR, solve for what the pandemic was looking for, remote working tools, what to do with a distributed workforce, how do we continue to work in an environment like that? And I think even post-pandemic, that will continue. We'll have hybrid working environments, and these technologies can fill in that gap.
Yeah, we've seen so much transformation in the working environment due to the pandemic, and it's only going to become more accelerated from here. And so much of the conversation around AR and VR and the metaverse is focused around consumer applications, but what do these technologies do for businesses? And especially, what role does Magic Leap look to play?
Well, I think it's important to note that there is a lot of excitement out there right now, and much of it is VR. I actually think the true promise of the metaverse comes with augmented reality. So with VR, you put a headset on and you enter a virtual world, but your mobility is limited because you can't see your physical world. With AR, you have a heads-up experience. You still see your physical world in front of you, but digital content can be overlaid in that world. So that's, I think, that where we're heading and where you'll see things consumer, but also enterprise application. That's a world that enterprise can really leverage. When you can put digital content that you can interact with, you can modify, you can annotate, you can take that content and send it into your existing IT infrastructure. That's what businesses can leverage for solutions that they need right now.
Absolutely, that's such an important point. And given the incredible implications and applications for companies, I'm wondering, what is the missing link in terms of technology that we need in order to realize all the full possibilities?
Well, I think we're just now seeing what devices can do, and if if users don't see value in this technology, if it's just an innovative thing, it's not going to go anywhere. So we are just now able to show real value in these technologies, which has been the missing link. So for Magic Leap, we have built our second generation product to be 100% focused on the enterprise. What does the enterprise need? They need a device that you can wear all day, that's comfortable. They need a large field of view. That's, if you will, the canvas that you can put digital content on in front of your eyes. The bigger, the better. And so we've taken that feedback and converged it all into our next generation device. You need to see text legibly. If you want to put up screens, you need to be able to read those screens. The color uniformity has to be there. So those are the things that will bring to life the solutions that businesses are looking for.
That is incredible, and it's the new and improved Magic Leap 2 here. And there's been such a huge slate of recent launch announcements for AR devices, all the way from big tech companies, all the way down to innovative startups. And for those of us in the business world that are just wrapping our heads around this, can you tell us in layman's terms, what is the difference between a product like Magic Leap 2 and all of the other devices that are crowding the market? And what are some of the technical differences that really matter to business outcomes?
So Magic Leap 2 will be the most immersive AR experience that you can get in a headset. And basically, there are a lot of devices that are coming out. You see a lot of those announcements. Many of those serve maybe a single purpose. They might be more focused on consumer. They might do a single application in enterprise. Many are heads-up displays, which are useful in their own right. You might have a simple display in the corner of your field of view. But what we're talking about with this next generation product is a fully immersive world where I can set digital content on the table here, I look away and I look back and it's still there. And then I can take that content and I can modify and expand it in front of my eyes. I might be working on a design of a car with you, and you might be in a different area of the world, and we're both working on the same virtual design of the car in front of our eyes, and we can both annotate it. That's the real power of augmented reality.
Wow, so many great use cases here. And how are businesses using AR today, and what are some of the practical ways they're looking to leverage it in the near future? And what have you been hearing from those in the business world that are leading the way in adoption?
So businesses today are using it in a variety of ways, largely training. Any sort of training just comes to life when you can train seeing 3D images versus the flat 2D screens that we have in front of us. Another very interesting aspect is this idea of remote assistance. So you might be an expert on a machine that I'm standing in front of trying to fix, but you live a continent away. I can remotely call you in, you can see what I see, and walk me through the fix of that machine. Where today, I might have to wait for you to fly in to see, to help me with that. And then just the idea of 3D visualization. Anything you can understand better if you can visualize it in 3D. One of our customers, Senti-R, they do placement of heart catheters ahead of surgery. And right now, the solution is done 2D. So you have a 2D screen in front of you, and you navigate the catheter into the heart ahead of surgery. They've built on Magic Leap their product, which the heart becomes a 3D image in front of them. It just makes navigation so much more accurate, more efficient. And so really the promise in healthcare, I believe, is it will dramatically change how it's delivered, because it's just the experience comes to life more if you can visualize things in 3D, which is what these devices allow you to do.
That is so exciting.